Welcome to Breakfast with Spaniels with Dr. Judy Morgan.
I think we need to make
welcome to just Anytime Spaniels.
a new intro that says, welcome to Afternoon Tea with Spaniels, welcome to Martini Time with Spaniels, and there's no Spaniels.
Just Spaniels.
Spaniels up here. Spaniels. My Spaniel's over there sleeping.
She's out for a long time.
Yeah, she's great. She's hanging out. She's snoozing. Yeah, people are waking up. Hey, everybody in Instagram land. I'm not used to the Instagram thing.
Yeah, I can't.
That's a Gwenny thing.
I can't really see the Instagram, but I bet
You get people. Hi, folks.
no, it's from Grandma.
Yeah, message from Grandma.
Supposed to become food on the way inside.
After our delivery, if we get our delivery.
Yeah. Oh, the comments are down here.
Yeah, comments are down there. It's done very weirdly now. They keep changing how things are displayed, and I can't find things. It's just
Remember, you can purchase all of Dr. Morgan's products at her website at www.drjudymorgan.com. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and
and
enjoy the
Florida.
show.
Okay, let me see if I can stop that. Yay. Okay, so, hey guys, welcome to the afternoon show because, again, my schedule is just way too weird in the morning trying to get everything put together and get to the office or not come to the, I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Eventually, we're probably gonna have to get our act together. I think.
Take a time of the day. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Dr. Judy, and this is my daughter Gwen. She's COO of Dr. Judy Morgan's Naturally Healthy Pets. I'm just the talking head.
No.
Anyway, we wanted to talk about our summit that is coming up November 12th, 13th, and 14th. And the summit is something that you do need to sign up for. The videos will not be on Facebook. They will not be on YouTube. They will be through a link that you will get by email when you sign up. It is free. And if you sign up and you cannot watch it live over that weekend, then Miss Gwen here will be so kind as to drop all the videos into your inbox about a week after the summit so that you will have them and you can watch them when you have time.
Yep.
Some snowy day in January or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we don't have those here in North Carolina.
We usually have like one snowstorm, and it's mostly ice, and then it melts, and then it's summer again.
If I have to get out my snow shovel, there's going to be heck to pay.
No, you could just stay in your house for like 3 days, and you probably won't even notice.
Yeah, I have to walk out to the barn, but I probably won't even notice. Okay, so I want to give you a little bit of update on who some of our speakers are going to be. So we're going to start on Friday night with 5 Foundations for Pet Health with Dr. Katie Woodley, the natural pet doctor, and she is from Colorado, I think.
Yep.
She was the host for the Gut Health Summit. The weekend that we did our cat summit, she was running a gut health summit. And I have interviewed her, spoken with her on the phone. She is amazing, and she is one of the doctors who is now part of our group when we are overwhelmed with consultation requests. Dr. Katie has been nice enough to take on some of those, which has been very helpful. And I believe she's trained in TCVM as well, right?
And she's going to talk about, she's narrowed down to her top 5 suggestions for natural health. So she has a nice little presentation she's going to give for us. So especially for those of you that are a little bit newer to the natural pet care community, or if you have any friends that you've been harassing and trying to get into the natural pet care community, that first kickoff session Friday night is going to be perfect because she's going to go over kind of like the big ticket items that we can all do to help keep our pets healthy.
Exactly.
And I do know some of the things she's going to talk about, and they're slightly different than, I would say, our top 5. So it'll be a different perspective.
Great.
But
always good to get more perspective.
Yeah.
So that's our headliner on Friday night at 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
the 12th.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. And then on Saturday morning, we are going to start off with Dr. Nick Thompson of Holistic Vet Limited. He's from the UK. And he was one of the panelists on the Adored Beast summit that we did last Wednesday night.
Candid conversation on
yeah.
nutrition. Yep.
Yeah, he is great. I love his way of thinking. Plus, he's got a really cool accent to listen to, which I just love. But he's going to talk about obesity and insulin resistance because he's pretty. I don't know what word to use, but it's upsetting as veterinarians to see how many obese pets there are in the world, and it's well over 50%. So, kind of talking about the things that contribute to that insulin resistance that might contribute to obesity. I think that's going to be a great topic.
Yeah,
so,
big hot topic item these
yeah,
days.
and he is founding president of the Raw Feeding Veterinary Society. And it's a group of veterinarians trying to get other veterinarians to embrace raw feeding. So you can imagine it's like herding cats. So that'll start out on Saturday morning, I think at 9. We have 4 of them on Saturday. So the next one, which will be at 11 or 12 o'clock, is noon. Dr. Mary Clark of Raleigh Health and Wellness. She has her doctorate in Oriental medicine, which is so cool. Acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and a master of Oriental medicine.
And this is our human session.
This is our human session. We're going to talk about what you can do to keep you healthy.
Yes. So this was like one of the most popular requests, other than a cat summit, was to get someone to talk about the human side of things, because we were joking around how, like, my pets in my household, they literally eat basically the best thing that I can get my hands on, versus I eat pizza probably 3 times a week. So this is going to be a really great session, so that way we can apply some of the similar principles that we do for our animals.
I think we might ask her for the 5 foundations for human health.
Seriously, she's amazing. I know Mary personally, and she is absolutely amazing, super smart. It's going to be great. I'm really, really excited.
I'm excited too. I'm excited too. I just want to go schedule an appointment and go see her.
Yes. She is local to where we are, in the Triangle area of North Carolina, Raleigh. So hopefully her waiting list doesn't get too long after this.
I know.
I love going to her myself.
I better sign on quickly. And then in the afternoon, we are going to have Sally Morgan, my sister. You might recognize that name. And she is going to talk about T-Touch. She does a lot of interesting modalities. Her business is Pet PT, but she's a physical therapist for people and animals. She is one of the leading T-Touch, which is Tellington T-Touch practitioners in the world, actually, and also craniosacral work. She's one of the leading craniosacral workers in the world as well. So she's also trained in Reiki. She's a master Reiki teacher.
She's a yoga instructor.
Yeah,
she's like
all that.
Her resume has
stuff.
like 30 different things.
I know.
And that session, it's 4 p.m. on Saturday. And for those of you that can join live, please bring an animal with you to your session wherever you're watching it from, if possible, because she is going to teach us some things that we can do with our animals during the session. So if you have your cat or dog, or if you can figure out how to watch it with your horse or whatever, definitely bring your pet to that session.
Cool. Somebody says, I love T-Touch for birds.
Wow, that's cool.
You can use it on any animal. She's done a lot of animals. She did craniosacral work on dolphins down in the Caribbean or Bermuda or somewhere. I mean, just interesting stuff. But that'll be an interactive session. So have somebody snuggled up on your lap for that one.
Yeah.
And then, you want to talk about this one? We're going to have a session. Is this at 7 o'clock Saturday?
So 7 p.m. Saturday night, we're going to have Valley join us. And for those of you that are on Instagram, she's the Lives of Wild Dogs. Is that the Lives of Wild Dogs is her Instagram. And she is completely new to us, but we got introduced to her because we were looking for someone that does like the dog behavior / training side of things. And she actually has her PhD, and she has dedicated a lot of her work to studying human-canine relationships. So she had research that she did with African wild dogs and the local communities. She also does some work with the rural communities up in Canada and making sure that if they have like wild dogs or loose dog populations, she works with helping provide vet care access to the people in these more rural communities. And so she has a very like ethical, moral side to her outlook on training dogs, and she has tons of research on their natural behaviors and basically how the human canine relationships can be symbiotic.
Beneficial.
Yes.
Mutually beneficial.
So it's really, really interesting. She's not just a dog trainer, but she's also a researcher and a scientist. So she's going to bring a really cool perspective, and her session is called Ethical Dog Training.
Yep. So she wants to dispel popular and mainstream myths about dogs and training. So that should be fun.
Super interesting.
And then Sunday morning, is this at 9?
That's going to be 10 a.m. is
10.
Sunday.
Sundays
morning.
were a little later.
Yeah.
We have Eva Cervez, and she is one of our supporters, and she has talked about advanced photonic therapy on some of our supporter group meetups, so we are going to have her talk to all of you about, this is something that you need a piece of equipment, but it's a piece of equipment that anybody can get, and you can use. It's basically, I think, a light therapy that you can use for healing for animals and humans. My sister actually has mine. Eva sent it to me, and I loaned it to my sister, and she still has it because I haven't seen her. So, but she's been using it for her patients. So
Yeah.
so
really cool stuff.
that'll be really cool, because for those of you who are saying, well, I have to take my dog to get laser therapy, it's 3 times a week, or, we have to go get acupuncture every week. This will be stuff that you could use at home for a lot of different treatments. So that's pretty cool stuff. This one is going to be one of my favorites, but this will be 1 o'clock Sunday?
1 p.m. on Sunday, yes.
The science behind how to feed our dogs and cats. Not what, but how. And I have started feeding our dogs this way. I am so blown away by the pet platter feeding method instead of using bowls.
They are on our website now, too. So we're going to do, I think, a whole Facebook Live and videos on the Original Mind pet platters, because we were really interested just connecting with Carol, and again, she has tons of research and science behind designing the way to feed our pets. And so again, this is going to not just be an opinion. Well, we have no lights.
Our lights are on timers. They just go off.
Okay.
Don't worry, Teresa, you'll be able to watch the replay of Eva.
But
sure
she has tons of research on how to feed our pets, and she actually is the inventor. I believe her and her husband actually were co-inventors of this special platter. It's called the Original Mind Pet Platter, and it is now in our online store. There's a small size for small dogs and cats. There's a large size for large dogs. And we love the idea and all of her research and ideas, and then you actually tried them out.
As soon as they came in, man, I stole 3 and took them home, or 4 and took them home, and said, left a note on the board. Gwen took these. Started feeding our dogs on these platters. So it's allowing your pet to eat from a natural feeding territory, improving their health and well-being. And let me tell you, Stewie, I have had to hand feed that dog ever since we got him. He eats off his platter and loves his food. The same with the puppy. We were having to hand feed him. They eat more slowly, more thoroughly, and they seem to love it. It's totally changed how we feed our animals. So I've got to try it with the cats too. I'm trying to figure out how to fit it in the cat space.
Yeah, so that'll be a really cool session, because she is a wealth of knowledge in this area.
I just want the science behind it. How did you figure this out, and why did it totally change how my dogs eat?
Well, and she also, so she's going to go into that, but she told me part of her knowledge came from, she actually worked at the zoo. So she, with the wolves and everything, kind of like the wild animals, she was watching how they eat and some of their natural instincts. And that really inspired her to learn more about it. So that'll be a great kind kind of perspective on the other half of nutrition that we don't talk about as much, which is actually,
I can tell you what to put on the platter.
yeah, how you actually present and feed your animals. So that'll be really nice.
It has been really fun. It has been really fun. Like, I am totally into feeding my dogs at a whole new level now.
Yeah.
Like, the things that I'm putting on the plate and mixing up, and it's been really fun.
I know the picture you sent me was like all fancy. Normally we're like
Normally,
always
I
busy.
mean,
so
Teresa Carpenter was at our house for a week. She saw my dog's bowls. It's like everything mushed together, and it's just this bowl of slop. Now it's like a little pile of this and a pile of this.
a
and
fresh egg, a sardine.
And it's pretty. It's got all the colors. It's totally. I'll have to post pictures. It's totally different.
You and your Billy Hookman, he does the.
I know. Now I feel like Billy.
Yeah, you're like Billy now, thanks to the platter with your fancy presentation.
And it's different every meal.
Yeah.
Okay, so then later on Sunday, we are going to have Dr. Dan Taylor back. Some of you may remember we interviewed Dr. Dan maybe a month ago about the overuse of antibiotics in our pets. And so he is going to come back and talk to us for another hour on the overuse of antibiotics in veterinary medicine, which is just huge.
And he should
Really
be
huge.
able to, he wasn't able to the last time that we talked, but he should be able to present some of his actual research findings. Because he has his master's in public health and he also has his PhD, I think, in epidemiology or something along those lines. Or
Public health.
no, it's something about bacteria resistance. But anyway, so he has
Epidemiology, yeah.
yeah, so he is a veterinarian. He has his master in public health and he also has his PhD. So super smart guy, and he should be able to present some of his research results, kind of proving this idea that veterinarians in general are overprescribing antibiotics and some of his findings behind maybe what is causing that and what we can do as pet parents.
I see it every day in records that I review.
Oh yeah.
Every day.
It happens to me every time I go to the vet, I swear. Like, they just find reasons to give me antibiotics, it seems like.
It's not a good thing. And then we will round out the weekend. I guess we're doing 4 on Sunday. Jesus, another big one.
We are, yeah. I was like begging people. I was harassing like Valley. I was like, what can I do to get you to participate?
These are unpaid positions, so we're really happy these people are willing to participate.
Yes, we're talking about Sunday. There's 4 sessions Saturday, 4 sessions Sunday.
And the one Friday night.
And our headliner Friday night.
Yes, and so our last one is going to be Dr. Doug Caneuven of Cure Pet Food. Used to work with Answers Pet Food, but he is he's a holistic veterinarian up in the Pittsburgh area.
I think he's out of Ohio. Is his practice?
No, I think he's actually in Pennsylvania. I think he's right across the border.
Okay, I think you're right, Pennsylvania.
So he has certification in veterinary acupuncture, Chinese herbal medicine, animal chiropractic care, advanced training in veterinary clinical nutrition, massage therapy, homeopathy, and is currently the chief veterinarian for Cure Pet Food, in addition to his practice, which is very busy because I have clients who go there.
Yeah. Dr. Doug is a busy man.
He is, and he is going to talk about the importance of clean fermented food because there are some myths out there, which I would like to have him help us dispel about when you should and should not use fermented food, and I would like to get some of those dispelled. So anyway, so that's how we will round out Sunday night. So I put a link for the sign up. All you have to do is give us an email address, and the week before the summit you will receive it's the 12th to the 14th. You will receive an email telling you where to tune in to watch them live. And then if you miss any sessions, don't worry, because we'll have your email address. And once the videos have been doctored up to make them prettier, you will get them in your inbox and be able to watch them anytime.
And for those of you on Instagram, the link for the summit is in the bio. So if you just click on the profile and the link tree, the first one is going to be the free link to sign up for the Natural Pet Care Summit. All of this is completely free, but you have to sign up because we use Zoom. We are not using Facebook or Instagram. So it's really important that we have your email and that you receive an email confirmation that says, like, we have received your sign up. If you don't, please email us and let us know. But you should receive a confirmation so that way you know that you will get all the info when we get a little bit closer.
Yep. So exciting. And I'm just going to give a shout out to Gwen because she's the person behind the scenes that puts all this together, finds all these amazing people. I mean, she asked me for suggestions, but she finds amazing people. Some of these I have never met. or interviewed.
I just stalk them silently on the internet.
So she finds the people, she gets them to agree to work for free. Then she has to get all their information put together, put the schedule together. There's just a ton of behind the scenes work. It's a good couple months work for her to put these together. So I'm really appreciative because if we were counting on me to be able to do all of this, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah, it's definitely a team effort, but we'll be talking about it more as we get a little bit closer. But make sure that you sign up. We're less than a month away. Oh gosh, I have so much work left to do. But we're getting really excited, and this is November 12th through the 14th. But if you're busy that weekend, still sign up. You'll get a free copy of the recordings. There's not going to be a way to get a copy of the recordings for free after the 14th. So make sure if you're
signed up before then.
Yeah, so if you're signed up or you're sharing it with other people, just make sure that they know that information as well. As long as they sign up before the end of the summit, they can still get all of the recordings for free. So I think that's it.
I think that's it. And I don't know if we're going to do it before or after the summit. I'm thinking maybe after we will do the tour of the warehouse. I think we should do the tour of the warehouse prior to Cyber Weekend.
Yeah, we'll definitely, we were going to wait for Joey, I think, because I don't know how to use technology. But we probably, for supporters, you could do one earlier.
Might do one for
so maybe for supporters, you'll get an inside scoop on the new digs. Pretty exciting.
It's big. We have a dance hall.
And I'm getting a lot of exercise, like walking across the big empty room to go talk to people.
Getting our steps in. But we do have a lot of new products that are on the website that we've never talked about yet.
Yeah, we've been so busy with like all these different things at once that I don't think we've taken the time to slow down and actually properly introduce all of the cool things. It's more like we find something that, a client needs, and we're like, oh, you know what, we should have that in the store, but then we don't tell more than that one person that it exists. So probably should do that.
We'll do that. We'll get to that. That'll give us fodder for quite a few Facebook Lives. Okay, everybody have a wonderful afternoon. I may be able to get a little bit of music. There we go. Look at me being all techno, I don't know, something.
I'm trying to read Instagram.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, we're like 5 feet away from being phone stuff. Have a great day, everyone.